Hello, I'm CammyG, and welcome back to our Fortnite Save the World daily update videos, and this is a weekly update as well. So we are now in the next season, the next sort of venture season, event season. But yeah, in this video we're going to cover, llamas, stuff in the shop, daily quests, and then mission alert rewards. We've got a massive 115 V-Bucks to be got today. In quite high areas, but we also have a new venture zone. We have survived the horde, but yeah, there's a lot going on. Okay, so we'll start with the llamas. So obviously it's always good to come on to just check your upgrade llama. It could go gold and you could get a weapon you want, or a legendary survivor, or a hero you want. We also have legendary troll stash llama as the limited one. Now it is expensive at 500 tickets, but you could get a chance of getting, a good weapon you want, a good trap you want, and a good hero you want, and maybe even a survivor. Just check, I guess, what the first one is. But if you don't have multiple things that you want in it, I wouldn't recommend buying it, and save your tickets for something else. As far as loot goes, we now have the pirate llamas, so you're going to want to save tickets up for that. Not sure how I got. Oh yeah, the tickets you got yesterday, will carry over and count. So we got 445 yesterday. On this account. So yeah, there's some good weapons in there. I'm going to do sort of videos covering all of the areas, all the different sections of weapons and heroes, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I don't want to cover too much time with this sort of stuff. And then we'll start with the weekly items. So you can get your legendary flux again, which is great for getting new weapons and heroes from the collection book. We've got plenty of evolutionary material as well, get your hands on. And then in the event shop, to start with, we have Miss Bunnypenny. Now, if any of you are some hardcore fans of CammyG, you'll know that in my initial Canny videos even, I introduced myself saying I play as Miss Bunnypenny because she's thick, and boy is she thick. Visually wise, she's a good hero. Just for plasma pulse energy, don't recommend using her honestly in support or main, but she's there if you want to get her in the collection book. We've got the backbreaker, which is it's a shotgun, and then we have Shuriken Master Sarah, who adds extra throwing stars to your loadout, and if you have her as your main hero you get 3. So she's not too bad if you like a ninja build. Got a legendary survivor as well, worth getting if you are still not maxed out on legendary survivors. Right, now moving on to the daily quests, and there's a lot, because, everything's refreshed. I mean, we've got Mythic Storm King is just there. Wargames, we've got Safety Zone Close Quarters with Plankerton, so watch out for the spawns being a bit closer to home base, so that's on all 3 of these. You should be good, but just bear in mind some might spawn in sort of block-offs and weird places, and it might mess up your run, so just be careful with that. And then Heavy Explosives is actually any husky husk that dies will blow up, so that's going to wreck your trap tunnels, so it might be a bit difficult to do that, but the rewards for Stonewood aren't that great anyway, so yeah, we'll leave it there for that. For endurance, we have Stonewood, so this is easy enough to do. Obviously we've got AFK builds for that. If you don't have that built, check out the description for the playlist for that. We've got builds in all of the areas: Stonewood, Plankerton, Canny, and Twine, so check those out. And just generally, if you want to see more guides and stuff, just obviously subscribe. Survive the Horde, we have multiple dailies for this one, which are going to be refreshing all throughout the event, so it's a good way to get Battle Pass XP, gold, and tickets. So it's just completing 5, 10, and 15 waves in Survive the Horde. We'll be doing videos on this on the channel again, so if you want to see that, subscribe, turn notifications on to get them straight away, obviously, as well. Then there's a weekly challenge as well for a spray, which, I mean, who cares? I don't use sprays personally. And then we have a bunch of challenges to do with this, with some really nice rewards in here. So core reperk, legendary perk up, hero recruitment, weapon recruitment. We have Flutter, the new hero, so 1 weekly modifier mission in Survive the Horde. So that's how you're going to get your Flutter. We're going to get her and then use her. And then Hotwire, we have complete the final wave of Survive the Horde, so you're going to have to make it through the entire thing to get Hotwire. So they're fairly easy to get, I believe, then, these 2 heroes. I mean, as long as you get a good team and know what you're doing, then you should be good, and then we can make some videos on the new heroes. But yeah, let's minimize this because there's about 1,000 missions in there. And then ventures. So we are in the Scurvy Shoals, the pirate areas. So we have some quests to do. Obviously, these aren't daily quests, but just because they're here now, I thought I'd call them out. So these first ones are very basic, just killing enemies. Shrubs you can find pretty much everywhere in any mission, and ranged weapons. Everyone's got ranged weapons, and then build a radar tower is easy enough. So there's just your introductory challenges. I'll do a video on every step of this at some point. I'll obviously have to make my way through it, get some footage, get it edited. It does take a long time, so I appreciate if people could leave good feedback on that if they do enjoy it. And then we have the event for the pirate season as well. So first mission on that, deploy pirate sea bots. Yeah, so there you go. Still a lot more to go on today, so I appreciate the patience. And obviously, if you are finding it useful, please do subscribe. But yeah, we've got the Survive the Horde area, so this is obviously where you're going to start your playthrough of this. And, it's going to be easiest, obviously, if you do it lower area. So we'll probably start in 108 just to get used to it and stuff. But yeah, I'm not going to go over that too much. And then Venture Zone, obviously, I haven't got to the top of Ventures yet. It's literally just started, so, there's only a few missions we can call out here. Generally, you just want to play the missions you want to get Venture XP with, and what's going to be good for your challenge, so finding a radar tower is going to be on pretty much any mission. But yeah, we've got 4 pure drops of rain there, which ain't too bad. A lot of pure drops of rain on the mission alerts as well around here, you can see. And then at the bottom, they're not really worth doing, but you do need to do it at the very start probably. You could probably get away with doing a level 5, I would imagine, if you find teammates as well. And just check out the modifiers, because for example, we have constructors do more damage, we have soldiers ability cooldown, and energy costs are reduced. So just bear in mind you're going in with a loadout relevant for those areas, adept outlanders. So yeah, just be checking that stuff. So not too much to call out there. We're getting to those V-Bucks. Don't worry, guys. We'll get there. We're going to go with Stonewood first, because that is where everyone can access. So not a lot of mission alerts in here. I believe we're just getting... there's a few ones without these storms. I think we're just getting a bit lucky with what's going on. But yeah, again, just checking. We've got Outlander abilities, deal more damage. Make sure you're checking those, because you can get some really easy ones with good rewards. Now, as far as what's worth doing in here, there's not too much, to be honest. Razor Blade's an alright burst fire weapon, but it's only epic. We do have some mini reward llamas about, though, if I can find those. So we have one on Hunt the Titan, which has continued over into this season. And then I believe there's another one somewhere. There we go, another 2 mini reward llamas. And then that's pretty much going to be it for your Stonewood missions. Then we're going to hop into Plankerton, see what's worth getting in here. Now, if you go to the very bottom, we do have a weapon straight away. Whereabouts is it? I don't know. Where is he? Whoops. Down here. Copper bolt. So it's a pistol. It does pistol things. It's not exactly the best. Not gonna talk too much about that. If you want it for the collection book, that's pretty much the only use you have for it, I would say, to be perfectly honest with you. And then as far as the rest of the rewards go in Plankerton, there's not a whole lot going on. So I'm just going to jump to the top, because up here we do have 3 mini reward llamas there. And then at the very top we have Copper Stampede, which is a pretty good spammy shotgun, to be honest. But, if you just want it for the collection book, as with the rest of them, then that's worth doing. Now, 4-player missions, that one's just hero XP, so not really worth doing, to be honest. You've probably got plenty of hero XP. But obviously, if you do need it, then it's a good one to run to get it, because it had 5. Because the mission alert reward was hero XP as well. Schematic XP on that one, not really worth doing, in my opinion. Survivor XP with schematic, not really worth it. And then schematic with hero, not really worth it. You can get pirate tickets in the other missions around here. On some of them anyway. But if you are wanting to get small amounts from these 4-player missions, you can obviously do that. But the better way to get pirate tickets would be to go into your ventures and do the missions in here, because these regular, non-4-player missions will give you the 50 tickets just for completing them. So I'd recommend doing it that way. And then you get plenty from quests and stuff anyway as well. So you'll get plenty enough to get all of the rewards from those llamas. Now, heading into Canny, we have the first V-Bucks mission at the very top of the food chain in here. But as far as the bottom area goes, there's just a bunch of epic rarity things, and at this point you've probably already got epic stuff just from, you know, your base llamas that you get with tickets and rewards from the main quest line. So I'll just go over the 4-player missions as we make our way up. Haven't seen one really worth doing yet, so I'll just call it out when I see one. 3-win reward llamas there though is fairly decent. Now we have wooden floor spikes around here somewhere. I think I might have gone past it actually. Is it up here? There we go. Wooden floor spikes, great floor trap, I think. It's great for slowing down enemies, so if you put this down, it will slow the enemies, and they will be slowed after they leave the trap as well for a short duration, so it can help getting them hit by, you know, damage, stuff like that. We have this encampment mission. Nope, it's not that one, sorry. It is this one here. We have a double reward. So Krypton Sword is a great sword, energy damage as well, so it's going to do huge damage to all of the elements, and then Wall Dynamo, another great trap that you can put on low walls, full walls, and it can do energy damage as well. Now, 4-player missions, not really worth doing that one, to be honest, again. And then there's finally one over here, which, that's pretty good actually though, if you want to do that one in Canny. 4 Eye of the Storm, and then some nice epic perk up as well. Now the V-Bucks mission should be around here somewhere, should be this one I think. Yeah, there you go, there's your 35 V-Bucks to start you off, and then in Twine we have another 80 in 2 missions, giving 40 each. Now I think there is some more mini reward llamas around here somewhere. I thought it was this mission, but it's not. But we'll just move on to Twine now. See what. Obviously, we've got the V-Bucks in there, but we also have some other rewards. So if we go from the top here, 4-player mission. Oh, that has everything. That has every perk up. That's the first time I've seen that, I think. That's probably worth doing if you obviously need a lot of perk up. So yeah, worth looking into that one if you want, guys. And then Helium Shotgun here is a fun shotgun. It's good at clearing small groups of enemies. It's not got a wide blast radius, but it does have a small enough one that you could take out a few enemies with each shot, but it will eat up your energy ammo. And then if we go to the radar mission, we have the Copper Judge, which I do like that pistol. I'm a bit biased just because I like revolver type pistols, but it's not exactly the best weapon out there, so I don't want to recommend it for that sense, but it is fun to use. And then mini reward llamas here, 4-player mission, not really worth it on that one. And then our next V-Bucks should be around here somewhere. This one, there we go, 40 V-Bucks. So yeah, there's your next 40 V-Bucks on your way to getting the 115 if you're doing all of these, if you are a founder and if you are in Twine. We're good for you there. Assault Defender, not really gonna linger on that too much, to be honest, because, well, they're not really worth it, to be honest. Legendary Survivor, though, that is worth it. And we do have another one here as well, so Legendary Survivor there. And we also have another good reward around here with the Sniper Defender. So Sniper Defenders are good in general missions and endurance if you are active in your endurances. That's not really worth doing, by the way, that 4-player mission. Because they can shoot through walls with the snipers. They can aim through walls. Deadly Blade Crash Hero on that one. Radar. Very easy mission to do. Just build your 3 radars and then just watch some YouTube. And there's your last V-Bucks mission as well. So there's your further 40 V-Bucks. But we're not over yet. We are not over yet, because over here, I believe, over here, on this Cat 4, we have another Legendary Survivor, so plenty of Legendary Survivors today. 4-player mission, not really worth it. Then as we go even higher up, we have Mercury LMG. I think it's a double reward as well, actually, up here. No, not that one. There we go. Mercury LMG and Master's Driver. But yeah, I mean, Mercury LMG is just fun because you can just shoot bullets for ages, to be honest. But it's not the most powerful weapon, but it can be if you pair it up with some good perks. You know, like Crack Shot, for example, where he increases the sort of damage but reduces accuracy for each bullet you fire. It's pretty good because it's got a large magazine. But here, 4-player mission, very worth doing that one for the evolution material. That's a pretty good gain from it. Probably not on that one because it's mostly schematic XP. That's a 6 Storm Shard. That is a gem if I've ever seen one. Get that one run if you need that at the top end of the game. Over here we have 4 legendary perk up and 2 epic perk up, which is fantastic. And then 5 Pure Drops Rain and 250 legendary perk up. So some pretty good rewards. A lot of stuff in Twine I appreciate. Obviously not everyone's going to be able to do that. I won't be able to do it on my alt, which is saddening me a little bit. But, you know, But we're in the new season, so we've got plenty of stuff to be doing. So I'm looking forward to doing both the Hoarde and Scurvy Shoals. I'm looking forward to having no free time over the next week as I smash these out for videos and stuff. The things I do for you guys, honestly. But I really do hope you've enjoyed the video. If you made it this far in, obviously you found it useful. So I'd appreciate any sort of engagement you can give. If you're already subscribed, just a like or a comment, whatever you can give. And if you aren't subscribed, then definitely do so if you'd like to see more of these. If you don't want to see more of my videos, then obviously don't subscribe, because that's just counterintuitive. But yeah, that'll do it for today. Plenty covered. This is probably the longest video we've done, but it is a weekly as well, so it's going to be longer. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, just have a great day grinding out these Scurvy Shoals now. Let me know how you get on with it, and I'll hopefully see you in a future video. Cheers.